If you want your furniture to go from this to this, then you might need sandblasting. In today's video, we're sharing all our secrets, so stick around.
Very nice.
So this video is going to be part tutorial and part our journey, and you're going to want to stick around to the end because there's a twist. I became completely obsessed with a lot of the videos that were going viral at the time, and I was like, we've got to figure this out. And by we,
She meant me.
it's kind of technical. The sandblasting stuff can be a little bit overwhelming, a lot of machinery, a lot of lingo that I had never heard before. And of course, the people that I saw doing it online weren't sharing in the comments. People were just begging for more information, and it was pretty tight-lipped, honestly. And so I went to Brad and was begging for him to figure it out.
Yeah, a lot of results, not a lot of info as far as the setup. And it ends up being quite technical, huh, Ted?
We started out just like I think most people do. We got these cheap pots, you can see in the back. And that's the basic thing that most people start out with is a sandblasting pot. And those they range from what? Like,
I mean, there's a Blue Harbor Freight one right here that was $150. And then there's a larger one that we got from Northern Tool right there, the red one. And that was closer to about $800.
Yeah. The main thing that is your upfront cost, we found, is the compressor.
You know, it's about pumping enough air for long enough.
Yeah. We've got a pretty decent air compressor, but I don't know how much is our air compressor. It says it's 135 PSI.
It says that it gets to like 110, 120, but it's only 4 CFM. And CFM is really what you're interested in because PSI is how hard does the air blow. CFM is how long does it blow at that level for. And that's what you need to get sand moving, is for it to blow for longer than that. Ours being a 4 CFM doesn't really do that well because forums, everything talks about how you need a minimum of 10 CFM to be able to keep sand and material flowing enough to do a dresser or a project even of that size.
Here you guys can see kind of what we were able to do with that in our air compressor. We were able to do it, but quickly realized that we did not have a big enough compressor. And so it became obvious that like we would either need to buy a $30,000 air compressor or we would need to rent one. And in our quest here, we decided to rent one to try it out and see if we could even do it. We were working in the driveway, as you can see in the videos. I'll be sharing those videos. We're working in the driveway, and so it's not climate controlled, and it is, you know, obviously we're doing it in the rain, but there's moisture in the air. We're here in Georgia. It is a humid environment. It was summer when we started. I'm sure you remember that well.
How could I forget? Shannon does this thing where if it's too technical or too dirty, she doesn't really like to get that involved. And that's where she calls me in. So, you know, if you love to be sweaty and sandy and hot, this is for you.
Video, stay tuned because we are going to talk about ways that you can get this job done and have somebody else do it. But in this experiment, it was us, and it was mostly Brad that was out there wearing the gear, covered in sand and all that stuff. So
trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
A lot of trial and error.
A lot of trial and error.
Speaking of trial and error, I want to thank Woodworkers Guild of America for sponsoring today's video. I have been learning so much since I joined and have become so fascinated with all of the builds that they do. Something that I really want to do in 2025 is start doing some building, maybe a shelf, something basic, but they have all kinds of plans. They have expert instructors. You can really learn anything. They're always creating new premium videos to keep you coming back. And you can even connect with fellow woodworkers to ask questions, share ideas, and stay inspired. For the first 1,000 of you to click the link in the video description, you'll get a full year of premium membership to Woodworkers Guild of America for only $1.49. That's valid for new members only. And thanks again, guys, for sponsoring today's video.
Well, we found that the sand was just a bit too harsh, like it would raise the grain a little or eat away from the parts that weren't as solid in the wood. And so we went to garnet, which was much better. And then crushed walnut really is the best though. It's soft enough and you can buy it at your local, supply location or whatever. But the crushed walnut is best because it's soft enough. It doesn't damage the wood as much, but it still removes the finish and paint, whatever might be on there.
And we were able to do it on veneer, which is huge. And we were able to do it on solid wood, but it does, I think it accentuates the grain. It kind of eats away a little bit more inside the grain design. I'm going to share a picture here and some video. I think it's really beautiful. It's very French. It's very of the moment too. A lot of the furniture companies are trying to create that look.
Yeah, you see with Pottery Barn, you see with Anthropologie, you'll see a grain underneath their finish. And that's what this provides from a natural standpoint. Whereas those aren't wood, this is actual wood, and it eats away, leaving that beautiful pattern behind.
Which is beautiful. It makes it wonderful to be able to do any kind of tan, paint wash, any kind of stain, anything like that. You could continue to bleach it or whatnot. I love the look of sandblasted furniture, and you probably do too. That's why you're watching this video. You love the look of it. You can hire someone to do this for you. There are guys around.
Yep.
And I'm going to share a few local guys here in Atlanta. There are people in your town. All you need to do is search up sandblasting. And maybe the guy isn't as familiar with sandblasting wood, but he can figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could even say, hey, I have these items that I want to get sandblasted. I want you to use this material. And they'll be able to give you a quote. The more items you have, the better deal you get per item.
That is how to hire somebody. Just search up sandblasting. That is kind of the universal term. Or
media blasting is another one.
Media blasting.
Surface prep is
Yes,
another one you can look
prep.
for. So those are the three key terms that you're looking for. And you'll find guys make whole businesses doing this where they will do car parts, they'll do concrete parking lots, they'll do all sorts of stuff like that. Some of them might not even know that you can do furniture and do wood, but with a little direction from you, they'll be happy to do it for you.
You can usually just have them do a test area, like on an inconspicuous area of your furniture. You might want to try that first, like the inside of a cabinet door or the side of a dresser. Mm-hmm. Have them test it out and see if you're happy with those results.
So we've talked to you about renting a big compressor with appropriate CFM. That ended up running us like about $1,500 a month to do, and they will rent it week by week to you. Talk to you about using your current air compressor with one of these pots that will allow you to do details, but you're gonna have to stop and start a lot as you're allowing air to build back up and everything like that. And then we showed you, okay, here's how you hire somebody and bring them in to do it. Multiple pieces, give them a call, negotiate your price, all that kind of stuff. Recently though, there's been a little bit of a twist. And Shannon found a company that has this proprietary technology where you should be able to use just a normal at-home air compressor and get some results.
Yeah, we're really, really excited. I don't have the unit yet, but they are working on getting it here. It's not a US company, so they've got to figure out how to get it to us here. And then, so stay tuned. We're going to do a video unboxing that and using it with our air compressor from Harbor Freight. So stay tuned for that video. That will be coming soon. And I hope you guys learned something and maybe we saved you some time and some trial and error for our journey with sandblasting. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.